But yeah, I'm basically broadcasting my game right now. But yeah, I'm just chilling. You feel me?
Starting tomorrow, you'll work double of what you're doing right now. You got it? Yes, Anko-sensei Naruto promptly saluted his sensei. Even if Anko had told him to lay low for the day, Naruto was too ecstatic with his new gift and decided to use it as much as possible. It was entirely Anko's fault, since she slipped the information that using a weapon to focus wind chakra ended up decreasing the time needed to achieve proficiency in wind manipulation. The sensei didn't try to persuade him against it, because of the same reason. If Naruto managed to finish the level placing exercise, she intended him to learn within the weeks of training for the exams. To get accustomed to the blade into his hand. Anko would afterwards show him the moves, and slow motion spars. It took approximately 3 hours for Naruto and took a seat. The smile of satisfaction was still on. No, the sword alone would be overhead. But it's something else. When Anko ushered him to explain, he continued, I've been a genin for quite some time, and I've never realized how much further...
Oh shit.
Get ready for the next exercise and some sparse lessons in Jujutsu. Months from Kakashi Sensei. I just wanted to say thank you.
I reload.
As well, Anko suddenly smirked at the blonde. If getting
I reload.
in fact, I'm learning so with jutsus now that I finished the leaf exercise. Sensei snorted. Stopped once she saw Naruto gathering a leaf from the ground and slicing it clean out of the sudden. I just visualized the sword infused with my chakra and applied it to the leaf. Not bad, huh? Anko smiled and then gave Naruto a sword and took out 2 jutsus for him to learn.
I reload.
What the fuck is that dude thinking? Niggas over here got automatic weapons.
Great breakthrough.
It's
in a fight. These 2 techniques, the brat finally had to beat Niji. Fooled in terms of attacking from behind. Hard work. Anko would rather kill herself than to become
Reloaded.
Okay, brat, get some rest. Tomorrow, we'll increase the pace of your training. We'll have 1 more week to train. We'll take our time and study your opponents.
Planting charge.
Necessary. I can train some more. Hokage-sama warned her about the rat. But it should have needed more.
Reloading.
We already covered enough ground, and we'll cover even more this next week. Information on the battlefield is what actually wins battles. Naruto. Chumins are leaders, hence why before acting, they must gather as much information as your strategy.
She got a whopped.
It's because he lacks strategy.
Damn, I thought my damn claymore would work.
Get ready, move out. We're moving soon. Get ready.
The advantage your opponents have is that they have had a better education since they belong to shinobi clans with great resources. Nara, Hyuga, Ichigo, Abiram all go to the tournament physically and mentally, and so should you. Seriously, Brad, I won't be this because he forgot about the Hyugas by Akuga. Forget about his clan's special abilities to control shadows. All of this knowledge will take you to the tournament. Now, we'll focus on that part closer to the end of the month. And you're right about for the information department, okay? Now get some sleep. Take toast. And closed his eyes right there by the fire. Anko smirked at the brat and was the same. sensed someone
That's
approaching
HQ,
from behind.
go!
Taking a kunai, she almost killed the man before the silver hair and the blue mask.
On the way.
Was training Sasuke
To think he would use my own fucking mind to kill me. Now that's what I call fucking brains.
The Kakashi in front of her was the real scarecrow Jama.
That's the type of shit that I like.
Let's charge.
If you can't kill him by shooting him, use his bomb to blow him up.
Once more. She also knew that Kakashi wouldn't risk
And that right there is some good shit.
So the one in front of her are you alone with the original? The man just smiled before looking at the sleeping student. Anko saw it and answered his silent question. He's doing great. You must know, however, something's been bugging me since the training started. It's actually good that you're here, because I couldn't just leave this place. Hokage-sama, come here and take a look at Naruto's exposed neck and tell me what you see. The clone did arrested before his eyes grew to impossible proportions. Although it was different from Sasuke, and even Anko's seal design, he knew it to be one of Orochimaru's creations indeed. So Naruto was also branded with the cursed seal. Sasuke was terribly affected by it. Naruto didn't seem to be. Did he manifest its during training? Anko negated that statement with a simple shake of the head. Not once so far, even though I pushed the brat more than I pushed Junior Anbu. If anger was the catalyst, then this brat is a saint. I'm quite curious as to the red color instead of the usual black one I carry. Kakashi took another look at the seal and got curious as well.
Reloading.
Sasuke's as well. I wonder why he hasn't said anything either to me. You were the Hokage. Perhaps but for what reason? Kakashi voiced his thoughts for a while before turning to Anko. Will you confront him about it? I actually don't know what to do in that regard, or if I need to do anything at all. If he hasn't used it so far, it is because he doesn't like to rely on it. I was hoping you could ask Hokage-sama for me. The Kakashi clone nodded, before focusing on other aspects. He focused on Naruto's ragged bones, bruises on his skin. Anko would push him hard, perhaps she was going to. Nevertheless, he supposed that Anko knew what she was doing, hence he chose not to comment about the brat's training. It was best that Kakashi didn't know, as well, since he was training Sasuke, one of Naruto's opponents. Hopefully, he would shed some light about what to do concerning Naruto. I'll talk to him about it. I'm pretty sure he'll ask Jiraiya to take a look at the other seal, to see what happened to Naruto. If that occurs, expect his visit sometime.
Reloading.
Before dispelling, in order to send information to the original Kakashi. Mountains region of Fire Country. Immediately after the clone was dispelled, the real Kakashi flinched at the received information. Branding Sasuke with the cursed seal was pretty low for Orochimaru, but branding Naruto was even worse. Orochimaru must have figured that whatever happened, as a consequence, would be to his advantage. If the Kyuubi was released, as a result of the cursed seal, then Konoha would be destroyed, hence his plan was accomplished. If not, then he managed to place a part of him inside of Naruto, and is working from the inside, in order to gain himself more chakra than any thought possible. Indeed, Orochimaru
Orochimaru always was a snake and forever gonna be a
He
snake.
sent the clone towards the Hokage's office, as he knew the man would be working at this late hour. Kakashi just wondered what the leader would do concerning Naruto. His Jinchuriki status was sensitive enough, and now he was also cursed seal.
How the fuck did he enter without my claymore going off?
Hokage's office. He was busy going through some reports. He was surprised to see Kakashi entering, before he smiled. I assume you have urgent news to discuss, since you've sent a clone.
Enemy UAV up ahead.
Like,
shut the fuck up.
Some rather interesting news about Naruto. From what I could see, Orochimaru branded him with the cursed seal.
Fuck that HQ. If that bitch not paying me in real life, then why the fuck would I care about it? I don't care if the HQ is gay.
Especially one with an entire building just a swing of his tail. It's the same as Sasuke's. Manifest yet like Sasuke's. It It's not the same. What we're speaking about its design. Seals to tell the difference. Kakashi should know.
building.
That's right. Instead of I don't know much about it either. With both seals. I will contact that report.
Enemy control in the AO.
Wow.
As he said, looking at Naruto's seal once more. She's looking as well. She told Sensei so she took inside of him. Would get out and destroy everything in its path. All because that bastard wanted power. Right now, it's using to train Naruto. Some barely appear. He was able to sense a sudden increase in Echo's temper that he never saw before. It appeared as if the woman really wanted to harm him, rather than train him. Nevertheless, he figured that by evading this new Anko, and even landing a few hits would certify him against tougher opponents at the exams like Niji. If he could cover his own ass against a Jounin, then dealing with Niji would be a piece of cake. Naruto blocked an incoming kick that would aim his head, performing a quick Kawarimi to appear behind her. However, Anko already knew this move, and quite surprisingly unleashed a great load of snakes at the boy. Upon seeing the snakes coming from inside her sleeves, Naruto was surprised as hell. However, he managed to use another replacement technique, and appeared to her side, with a kunai on his hand. Anko just turned, and performed some hand seals, before gathering air inside her lungs. She exhaled a gigantic fireball at him. Naruto quickly sent a cage function in front of him, as he dodged the fireball's path. The blonde was right next to Anko with the intention of kicking her, but Anko smirked at his attempt, and grabbed a couple of shurikens. The genin knew that Anko wouldn't hesitate with those shurikens, hence why he jumped backwards, and stuck himself to the behind him, before throwing some kunes at his sensei. The woman deflected Naruto's projectiles with her shurikens, but did nothing afterward, which confused Naruto greatly. It was sheer reflex that Naruto jumped roughly to the side, and avoided another projectile assault. As he looked at the one who attacked him from behind, he noticed that it was his sensei. The one to whom he was fighting had transformed into mud. Deciding to use his favorite jutsu, Naruto summoned 4 cage functions, and sent them towards Anko. Anko expected the clones to attack her without any sort of It took her some time to deal with them. However, it worked well for Naruto to vanish from sight, and prepare something for her. As soon as the clones were dealt with, Naruto quickly appeared behind Anko, and attacked her. Anko turned in time to see him, and bent her body slightly, avoiding Naruto's sneak attack. She then landed a fierce kick on his stomach. The genin was sent flying towards the ground, before landing hard on the ground. Anko dropped right in front of him, and waited for her student to get up. Get up, Brad.
Can y'all like hear me? I don't even know if y'all can hear me or not, but yeah.
Get up.
Anyway.
Decided to provoke him further by landing a kick on his stomach. However, when she landed, she was surprised to see that she kicked him instead. And it wasn't a normal piece of wood.
Hard point identified. Secure the area hard point.
Anko
Capture advance.
to escape the explosion. Naruto was smirking at his trap, but frowned once he saw Anko standing behind him with a hard face. Not ready for any kind of attack, but instead all he received was from his sensei. Naruto managed, with a few irregular jutsu. She wouldn't be his sensei if she didn't praise her students' good work. That was really nice, Naruto. Now, hit the water. It's time for a new exercise in chakra control I've been meaning to teach you. Naruto took some time to breathe, and nodded in the order. After he stopped in the middle of the lake, Naruto's eyes widened to impossible proportions once he saw the answer to the his way fast.
Location
He
secure.
managed to dodge it, albeit barely. This way you can practice your chakra control at the same time as you practice your agility. And I have my entire collection of rocks here to throw at you. Both Naruto and
UAV overhead
was watching everything with his mystic ball, face vaulted in the overkill method of training. The Hokage had such luxury. Anko even summoned him. Seeing the box out of fear for his life, the Hokage was wondering if perhaps Anko was taking this a bit too hard on the boy. Never heard of Anubis being trained like this. As the training progressed, the Hokage was amazed at Naruto's exercise. He saw that one nasty rock hit Naruto's stomach. He waited until he recovered and continued the assault. 2 hours later, Naruto was thanking him. The exercise was over. Probably.
Come on, we're not daddy. Don't do it like that. Thank you for this, sis.
Get ready, about to move.
And took a couple of ration bars from his mouth, as he had time to lunches were
well, damn. What the fuck was that?
Or was he actually using his mind? Is there something on your mind?
Help me reload.
You're telling me the fact that the cage function transfers the information back to the original once dispelled? The look of pure question mark in front of her when he answered.
Overhead.
Was contemplating or beating herself for not using this knowledge to his best interest.
Why the fuck that nigga did not turn around?
How many clones can you produce without tiring yourself out?
Please kill.
In 3 groups. One will practice chakra control. The second will practice the faster your learning rate will be. Naruto took a while to orders before everyone began their part of the training. Anko was marveled at the sight of so much training just for its benefit. What am I going to do with Anko's The question alerted Anko, and she turned to the
charge.
What shocked her was that instead of getting tired of all the chakra used for the cage functions, Naruto was
Get ready, about to move.
Grab your sword, Naruto. The goddess. Waiting until noon, Naruto would fight with Anko with no restraints. In the afternoon, he would summon his clones for the chakra part and jutsu techniques while he practiced his moves. Anko would, on occasion, summon an Anbu training course. Naruto achieved some great timing on the obstacle course. Not at every level, but good enough. Functions. The results were nearly palpable. Managed to learn the two futon jutsus and even adapted them to his routine. He would use Kawarimi to get behind the enemy. Function technique. Was the order of elements. Technique on angle and fireball technique back at it. Fire technique and increased its size. Force of Naruto. Naruto, you've done great. Obviously true, but that's not
charge.
In order to you must know which element is stronger than which. Therefore, when you remember the sequence. Fire beats wind. Wind beats lightning. Lightning beats fire. If you realize that, you will know. death. Do you understand? When angry, words understood the importance of it. It took a while, but he understood. The sequence was the same concept applied to
Man, god damn!
And I will be fine. Fire is your worst enemy indeed, but watch out for others. They may not deal as much damage as fire. I believe it's high time you earned your seat. You can thank your cage lunches. However, I expect you to return 0800 hours for a small recap before we proceed with the information gathering department. You can do whatever you want.
Charge.
Just don't overexert yourself too much. And better if he simply threw it away. Anko wished the boy would get over it and appear inside a ninja clothing store, but she wouldn't push it to the heart. After all, rest of the time free, she supposed it was high time she focused on her hobby torturing criminals. He was receiving all kinds of stares. Once inside, Naruto went for a quick shower in order to clean some of the bruises and sweat gathered from 3 weeks of net training. He threw his clothes in the garbage after placing his sword on top of his bed, and since he knew right now, the only one he had to wear was a clean pair of black pants and a t-shirt. So much because it was his first gift. So I went sanding. Delivered the day because it was the happiest day of his life. Now, it was all still filled the course for losing everything. Looking outside, Naruto realized that he just couldn't pass the exams and took his gathering inside and left his apartment with a nice studio where he could as he walked, he realized that he had 2 major problems. One, he knew that many stores would sell their because of
Charge.
the second reason color orange. He didn't know much else. He needed assistance in that regard. He didn't know anyone. A simple choice. But Naruto looking at stuck with the choice of going inside store after store until someone decided to attend to the regular prices. When he left the 4th store, the blonde was already asking Anko from his vacation. He was walking back to his apartment when he noticed right. Maybe the owner doesn't treat him like crap. As soon as he entered, he saw that the store was directly customers. However, it was quite packed with ninja toys and clothing. While looking around a bit, Naruto stopped once he found the cashier's table. He didn't know if it was here because of the hair. As he approached the attendant's position, he saw the Chinese-style dress and instantly remembered her exams. Now, what was her name again? It started with and an N followed. N something. He scratched his head in order to location perturbed. Someone screamed her father for Ruby. Remembered that the voice back. She could
Thank you for the assist.
Naruto staring at her, but he was wearing something. It's Naruto. What's with the change?
Location secure.
Last time I saw you, you were wearing the police Jones. Naruto. Yes, training. Do you work here, Tenten? The rather dumb question came easily, as just as rudely answered by Tenten. She figured that Naruto was here as a customer. Yes, I do. This is my father, Upon hearing that, he had jackpot. Tenten wouldn't treat him badly, and wouldn't advise him, because she didn't know about his status as a Jinchuriki. Cool. I was hoping that I could find some new clothes for me. Could you help me choose? Tenten let out the prospect of helping need someone to choose an outfit. Sure, I can help you. What colors are you thinking about using? Once Naruto stopped, about his choice for colors. Pretty late, and he came in here without even thinking what he wanted in the first place. Well, orange. Central color, right? Maybe black or dark blue with some orange accents would be nice. Or something like that. So, I'm not that interested in long sleeves, t-shirt or body. Decided once more. Went towards the clothes department to select some items according to Naruto's preference. She actually was hoping he didn't choose orange as his main color, because first it was like July, and second, he would have to turn him down, because quite certain. Go for black instead of blue. That's my point. Let's go. As far as stealth
Reloading.
Naruto, who then began to observe the items. Well, I guess from the pics, you think that black is more suited, huh, Tenten? She would respond with a duh, but she just nodded and explained. Black is more suited and orange and dark blue combination. Here this combination is nice, plus the fabric is resilient to physical damage, and even kunais or shurikens. As the combination orange stripe, followed by a black polo shirt with small orange lines on the stomach. It had a zipper instead of buttons.
GG.
Complemented the outfit with some fishnet clothing to go under the polo shirt and a pair of black sandals, to which Naruto concurred as well. I liked it, Tenten. Could you perhaps engrave an orange spiral seal on the shirt's back? Tenten nodded and started taking Naruto's measurements for the clothes manufacturing. She only had a showroom, not a stock of piled clothes. How many do you want, Naruto? The blonde looked at her and then took the money he spent on his missions. How much can I afford with this much? The blonde's lack of tact, as far as business was concerned, but counted the money anyway. Naruto was expecting to buy at least 2, because that's the price that everyone charged him. When Tenten told him a much higher number, he thought she was on crack or something. 7 sets in other shops would cost at least 3 times his saved amount. The surprise only took about 2 seconds before he realized that Tenten's shop was perhaps the only one, besides the ramen shop, which didn't overprice him. I only need 3 for now, thanks Tenten. Well, you have money for more if you wish. Perhaps a nice set of kunais and shurikens. We just received a new shipment, and they are top-notch. I can give you 1 set of each, and you still have change. Now, Naruto was hallucinating. But like before, Tenten's shop sold him the regular price just like all the other shops would, if he wasn't who he was. Naruto accepted the new sets, and gave Tenten the amount needed for the purchase. You can come back in about 2 days, Naruto. Everything will be ready by then. Here is your receipt. Naruto never knew it would be this easy, as he left the store with a huge smile on his face. Perhaps, he found the store he was looking for all along. 2 days later, when his little vacation was over, Naruto was up and ready at 7 o'clock, as he casually walked through the empty streets of Ganagura. The precious few that enjoyed early mornings were there, as well with him, but for some reason, none of them spared him any glances, which was surprising, seeing, as 2 days ago, these very civilians shot glares at him back then. He wondered if they didn't recognize him, because of the new clothes, and if that was true, then perhaps the orange jumpsuit was a dead giveaway. Nevertheless, it wasn't something to dwell on, as right now, he was supposed to finish his training under Anko-sensei. As he walked towards the training ground, Naruto wondered what would happen to him if Anko wasn't around. The woman had the most sadistic personality he'd ever seen, but couldn't deny how much she helped him to improve. Perhaps, if someone else was to tutor him for the exams, Naruto wouldn't be as great into consideration. Just imagine how much stronger he would be if Anko was there, since he
Kill for her. No prisoners. Shoot, kill.
Sensei was put on occasions. The man was too damn choosing to let his team train on their own, instead of actually training. Such a way of training made work on Sasuke and Sakura the first basis of the shinobi world, either by clan knowledge or skills. Naruto was practice. He learned Anko's way of doing things easily. between them, which allowed him to engage against his sensei using his sword. It wasn't stupid to hence why she used a simple color. She introduced Grand Fireball technique, quickly summoning 10-cage functions. Naruto used a Kawarimi with the furthest claw and sent the others to attack. Behind wild functions dealt with Anko, or rather Anko dealt with functions. After seeing the direction she was going to deflect the projectile when she saw her mistake. She grabbed palm technique. The shurikens received the extra strength grace as both of them impaled Anko right on her chest. Her body was replaced with mud. No one ever came. He turned and saw his sensei sitting on a gigantic stone eating some dango. Naruto could see.
Right. Take cover.
Too bad she wasn't introduced to the perturbed about the fact that she was declaring her love to his father as it was part of the ritual. The same thing was his favorite dish. That's the welcome I received, Anko Sensei. Before finishing her last piece of dango. Afterward, she jumped from the rock and stayed overhead. Student. Wow, Brad. Why did you change your wardrobe so drastically? What happened? As if she didn't remember, it was she who destroyed every cloth in the training, remember. So I went to the shop 2 days ago and bought these. Pretty cool, huh? The black arm bracelet. She took a while. Kill her. Considered ninja-like at all. Also, like he said, Naruto's first opponent. When Hai used their Jayuiken, one touch from them, and the opponent was dealt with. With the arm braces, Naruto could use them to block the Jayuiken strikes. Nice to see you in the brain, kid. It's a nice outfit, although I Naruto frowned a couple seconds after from Anko. Now, after that, I chose to test you.
Right. Take cover.
Now, like I said, information on your opponents. Last one and dispel one. Despite the obvious draft in his source, Naruto approved. And tell me about and Naruto could say he detested part of it.
Right there, look! Right. Fuck, never mind.
Jutsu by Akira, as well as other combatants. Surmised that Naruto was
Kill her.
This being the only attacking without a suicide, and thus she spent the entire day reminding her she couldn't do anything more than though. She the strategy. Anko at least hoped that Naruto remembered that when facing the Hadouken, as well as the she knew what happened between her student
Kill her.
and Niji at the preliminaries, and she was afraid that Naruto would forget everything choosing to rely on brute force instead of the strategy he came up with during the conversation. Well, she did what she could given the time. After being able to grab last time,
Enemy VTOL in AO.
Killed the tank with Anko and Hot Safe. Naruto before walking back to his apartment. He still had 2 days until the tournament, so he was hoping for the which was about to turn into night in a few minutes. An hour from the training ground towards his apartment. Quickly opening the door with a yawn, the blonde figured that it was high time he took a nice nap. He would have plenty of time to rest his body and restore his chakra capacity. Inside the apartment. Instead, Naruto jumped to the bathroom to clean himself a bit. The perverted Sanin ended up being amused by the little Genin's reaction, contemplating everything. Sensei, Sunday Hokage, shared quite a lot of information with him about Naruto, including the month he trained with the Psycho Special Jounin Mitarashi Anko. What was most impressive was that the brat handled her. Naruto exited and was still complaining.
Overhead.
Jiraiya was sweating profusely. For this ultimate technique, his sensei's creation.
That's my tag.
Chidori was Sasuke's last item to cover. Sasuke came a long way to inherit his clan's genius, as it would take him more than 10 minutes to learn the jutsu and incorporate it into his strategy.
It's still not the shit.
Sasuke kept learning one ninjutsu after
GG's.
he asked Sasuke sparred a lot with Kakashi, both with and without his Sharingan. Kakashi, not once, needed to use his Sharingan, but that didn't mean that Sasuke's skill didn't improve. It just meant to prove that Kakashi wouldn't need to use it against a Genin, even if it's an Uchiha. Right now, Sasuke managed to collect the required energy and concentration for the Chidori, and charged at the rock with impressive speed, before carving a similar hole next to the other one. The boy kneeled on the ground soon afterward, panting. It appears that 2 is your limit, huh Sasuke? Kakashi said, a nod from the Uchiha. At least without the cursed seal, that is. Kakashi admitted not enjoying the time when Sasuke trained with the cursed seal. It gave the Uchiha more power, more chakra, and more speed, but it wasn't natural in his book. He hoped that the Hokage knew what he was doing, letting Sasuke use the cursed seal. The Uchiha just took a seat where he stood. Today was his last day, as well, and he figured that he was ready for the exams. Sabaku no Gaara was a strong foe from what he saw at the preliminaries, but he believed that his speed was enough to overcome that ultimate defense of his. After defeating Gaara, his next opponent would be the winner of the first fight between Naruto and Hyuga Neji. It has been an entire month since Sasuke last saw his teammate, and he actually wondered how much stronger the doe became under that woman's guidance. Kakashi told him that he paid a visit to Naruto once, and saw him almost beaten to death. When questioned about it, Kakashi briefly explained Anko's methods, and how it probably was more effective to Naruto than a teacher boring him with long theories. Sasuke ended up agreeing with said logic, as he knew Naruto would be bored with any sort of explanation that took longer than 30 seconds. So it appears that our time is up, huh? Sasuke said, earning a nod from Kakashi. It also worked well, since Kakashi had an appointment with the Hokage. He wasn't bothered by the fact that the meeting had started half an hour ago, at the Hokage's office. Inside the Hokage's office, 3 individuals were seriously considering what would happen if Kakashi were to suddenly disappear for a while. All 3 of them considered different type of tortures for the Scarecrow Jounin. Well, 2 of them, because Naruto actually